Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will discuss on unsupervised learning. So earlier we discussed on supervised learning in which we have both input as well as the output that we can use to train the model. So the model is trained based upon test train split. So we have training data in which we have the input as well as the output. So the model has both type of data, so model can be trained that for this particular type of data we get this output. So based upon that it keeps learning because it has both input and output data. So this particular model comes under supervised learning, where everything is supervised. Machine knows like what type of input, if this type of input is there, then what type of output it generates. So it keeps learning and then we test the model. So we divide the data into 80-20. So 80% we, because the more data we use to train the model, the accuracy of the model will increase. In case of unsupervised learning, again, this is also a branch of machine learning. In this case, we don't have the output. Just like in supervised learning, we know that if we are going to input some values, this will be the output. So machine learns this. In case of unsupervised learning, we don't have the output data. So for this case, we used clustering in which the machine itself finds the different patterns and it creates different clusters. So we have k-means clustering in which like it finds a centroid and then it finds what type of all clusters it can create, and then based upon the clustering, if we provide any information, it checks that data and then it fits that particular data to a proper cluster, to a proper category. So we have different algorithm in Python. So we have k-means clustering, and again it is part of sklearn. So sklearn library, it provides all the different types of algorithm through which we can, it has all the models, it has all the modules through which we can train the model. The only thing is like we need to use the data frame, we need to train it, but we don't need to write the code for these algorithms. We have this k-means algorithm part of sklearn. You can directly use this k-means, where k is again the number of clusters that you are going to create. So again, if they are based upon the data, based upon the patterns, it will, we decide the k. So we use this elbow method. So with elbow methods we can say how many k or how many clusters will be there, and based upon that, once the model is trained, we will have, once we put any data to check in which cluster it falls, we just need to input that data, and based upon that it will provide the cluster for that particular data. So again, supervised learning and unsupervised learning, these are entirely two different ways through which we create a model. One is supervised, where everything we know. Unsupervised, we don't know, the model doesn't know. Model start checking the patterns within the data, and once it finds the pattern, once it is trained with that particular data, then it gives a pattern that okay, if this particular data is input, then in which category it will fall. So friends, this was all about basics of supervised and unsupervised learning. And in unsupervised, like the most used algorithm is k-means clustering, where we try to find the best k. I mean, it should not be that we are going for 10 categories. We should minimize so that we have optimal number of categories, optimal number of clusters that can be used to predict the future data in which cluster it falls. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching this video.